Do you think I'm going to be talking about performance-enhancing drugs in the context of me using them? No. No, I'd set myself up for failure. Vigorous Steve here. 2 days ago, I made a video about being completely open and transparent about your performance-enhancing drug use. Whenever anybody would ask, bro, are you on steroids? Bro, are you on the Sazul, etc., 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 right? Whether those are family members, friends, your partner, co-workers, people at school, people at the gym, random strangers outside. Just be open and transparent about whatever you're doing. Now, that was a little bit of a bait video because I wanted to get your guys' response, because you can't be open and transparent to everybody, obviously, right? It's not everybody's business what you're doing to your own body. If you haven't watched that video, I can highly advise you to watch it. You can watch it right here. Just click that video, watch it again to freshen your memory. We're going to discuss some of the comments that were made. And then I'm going to give you my 2 cents, my opinion on this fitness industry, with a decent part of that being on performance-enhancing drugs. And then I'll give you a little bit of a unique perspective on why certain things are the way they are. So let's get into the comments first. I want to read it out loud for you guys, and thank you so much for commenting on that video. This is your moment of fame on the Vigorous Steve YouTube channel. Francisco Raposo comments. It depends on who's asking. If it's somebody I know, yeah. If they're civilians, no. Because I don't feel like justifying myself to strangers. I'm 51 years old, so what's the alternative? Decaying year after year? No, I want to feel good until the day I die, and only people in the community will understand where I'm coming from. Hella Mark Harley comments, illegal drugs, not in this temple. And I commented, steroids are my get out of the temple for free cards. A little wordplay on Monopoly, for the guys that ever played Monopoly in the past. That's probably the best way to learn about finance. For the guys who don't know, Mark Harley was recently voted the buffest person on Instagram. I'll link his Instagram account down below. He gave me a huge shout out on the Fighter in the Kid podcast. So, Mark, much appreciated. Nicholas Lapara comments, yeah, then you're behind bars and unemployed when an insecure a-hole uses that information against you. Very true. You never know who's going to use your performance-enhancing drug use against you. Keep that in mind, guys. Brandon R. comments, yes, thanks. And then I go about my day. I don't explain myself. It's worked great for me. That's the best way to deal with it. Because again, general population has no idea about performance-enhancing drugs and all the nuances that come along with it. JS comments, people around me know since I'm open about it, but I usually say that I don't use steroids to people I don't know. Why is that? Because it's none of their business, period. I do this for me. Very true. I completely understand. Mika Ritter comments, nah bro, it's the new BCAAs I'm taking. I see what you did there. Natron comments, I take testosterone. I have no problem saying it. So could be that he's just on hormone replacement therapy or is using hormone replacement therapy as a diversion of his complete cycle that he's actually running. That's very, very common in the fitness industry. And again, you can't fault these guys for it. Anthony T comments, half-truths to friends who might not be that accepting. Full truths to people who support me no matter what. Fake natty modes. And I say I only take creatine to random dudes. To my Australian bros, be mindful of who you talk to about your performance-enhancing drug use. I 100% agree with Steve about being transparent. However, in a country like Australia, where steroids are on the same category as hard drugs, you are almost guaranteed to be profiled at some stage by the law enforcement. And it's the same in Sweden and a couple other countries. You get profiled by looking large and in charge. If I were ever to use performance-enhancing drugs again, I'd be even more cautious than I was years ago. Stay safe, lads. Considering you are in Australia, I will blur out your name and bleep when I was just pronouncing it. Very understandable. Again, not all countries are for the use of performance-enhancing drugs, and some countries might even fine you for it or put you in jail, right? Which is horrible when you have to do your post-cycle therapy in jail if you're being forced to take a vacation from your steroid cycle. Very long comment by Dinatra. I'm happy for all of you who chose to be transparent with those around you. The folks I live with are fine with what I do. As for me, outside of my household, it's no one's business. I have no time to get caught up in formulating explanations to people with a pre-existing bias or mundane so-called understanding of gear. Very, very true. I completely agree. They aren't asking me if I'm happy, if life is good, what my dreams and aspirations are, if I'm healthy, how's my diet, etc., etc., etc. I have no time to explain years of research, preparation, and my protocols to people. Their full cup of a close-minded has no openness to minutely understanding what I'm doing. People can say what they want. It doesn't bother me. They can think what they want. May their thoughts run wild, laughing my ass off. I 100% agree with you, brother. A comment by Giz, or Gijs, however you want to pronounce it. Thanks, Steve. Great topic. I'm on the same boat as being as honest as possible and by willing to explain the why I took the plunge. However, in an office environment, I think it's better to keep it to yourself if somebody ever asked, because people at work may use it against you. Again, that's 2 comments about coworkers using your performance-enhancing drug use against you. Another reason to lie for your own good may be the law. Yeah, it's very concerning, right? You're open about what you're doing, and other people might get you fired for that purpose. So again, a little bit of caution is advised, and you have to profile everybody, because again, being honest and transparent today might get you fired tomorrow or within 10 minutes, right? Depending on which line of work you are. Comment by Hansi J. I love you, Steve, but there's no way I'm telling anyone I'm on gear. I'm in the United States and this stuff is illegal. Deniability. If I have a prescription, cool. If not, say anything to anybody. And then another comment, think about this. You're going to the gym and you see the same guys all the time. You open your mouth and one of those guys happens to be a cop. You'll be digging your own hole. A comment by Darren. I completely agree with everything you say here, but unfortunately you can't educate everyone. And some people will always remain small-minded. Yeah, unfortunately, very true. Okay, so I think that's pretty much the comments. And the consensus here is that you can be open and transparent to everybody because they might hold it against you. Some people are small-minded, and it doesn't matter how well you explain. They will always have a stigma when it comes to steroids and will always fault you for it. Again, you can write off those people. But again, some of those people might be prominent, might have a little bit of say in your work situation or your school situation. And right, you might as well cut your own risk because it's career suicide when you're open and transparent about your steroid use. Now, this is something that the comment section generally understands, right? A lot of comments like this. There were way more comments than this. These are just the ones I wanted to highlight. So everybody understands that you can be open and transparent about your personal performance-enhancing drug use. But the weird thing is about this fitness industry is that we all expect all the more prominent figures in the fitness industry with a huge social media following to be open and transparent about their performance-enhancing drug use. So if you don't want to be open about it, why do we expect everybody else to be open about it? I mean, you understand that you might get into legal trouble, that you might get arrested, that it's career suicide, that people are close-minded. They will never understand. You understand that it's very difficult to sway people, to put steroids in a positive light and take the time every single day to explain why you decided to take performance-enhancing drugs, even if you're on hormone replacement. I mean, let's be honest, a lot of people don't even understand what hormone replacement is. They understand birth control, they understand selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors and antidepressants. That's all cool, but a little bit of hormone replacement for men? No. That's sexist, right? This is how general population thinks. So why do we expect people that are, right, a large social media following, there might be movie stars, right, there might be politicians, whatever. How can we expect these people to be honest when us ourselves are not going to be honest for these reasons, the exact reasons which we just highlighted? We can't fault these people for it. Really, we can't just point the finger. This guy's lying. Why is he not telling the truth? He's on steroids. Why is he saying that he's natural? When many people in the comment section are doing the exact same thing. Right? I'm not faulting you guys for it. I completely understand. But we can't lay the blame on these social media influencers that are clearly on steroids. Everybody knows that they're on steroids, but they're using the same diversion, their same deniability, same saying that you're not right, full half-natty mode, as the next guy. Because there's legal issues. There's stigma. You don't always want to explain. So a lot of guys would just say, I'm on hormone replacement and leave it at that. That's a half-truth, right? They might be using something else on top. They're not denying that they're on steroids. They don't say that they're natural. They don't say they're taking BCAAs or creatine or whatever supplement that they might be peddling. But they use a little bit of a diversion to say that they're on hormone replacement and take the thing away from having to explain themselves why they're on a gram of Primo on top of their hormone replacement. They're doing it for the exact same reasons why you, the guy that is watching this YouTube video, are not comfortable about disclosing why or what you're doing regarding your physique, right? Because let's be honest, it's nobody's business. It's very true. It's nobody else's business. And whether you're in the fitness industry or not everybody feels comfortable about being open and transparent about their performance-enhancing drug use. And even though I'm very open and transparent about the performance-enhancing drugs that I'm taking, that I took, that I would try in the future, and try to educate you guys in the process wherever I can, it doesn't mean that the next guy feels comfortable doing that. And to be honest, let's say I move to Sweden, I will not be open and transparent about my drug use. If I move to Australia, I will not be open and transparent about my drug use because the legal system in those countries are against me. It's that simple. Even if I were to go to the States, let's say I go to the States next year and I do a tour through the States. I visit the Mr. Olympia. I go to Las Vegas. I have a good time. I make a couple of videos there. Do you think I'm going to be talking about performance-enhancing drugs in the context of me using them? No, I'd set myself up for failure. I publicly admit that I'm taking performance-enhancing drugs in a country that is not very lenient when it comes to self-prescribed use of drugs. That would be stupid. Here I have a script. There, my script might not get me the same length as it does here. So you and the fitness industry have to think very, very carefully about what you're disclosing publicly, because yes, people will hold it against you, which is very, very sad, whether that's because they don't like you or because of legal issues. Right? There's a limit to how much we can actually disclose. There's a limit. And I'm trying to push that limit as far as I can because I know it's helping you guys. And it's, helping me as a business. Let's be honest about that. It's helping me as a business. But if you're a lot more known, you have millions of followers on Instagram, you're a movie star, or whatever public role you're in, right, where you're almost public property, it doesn't mean that your choice for performance-enhancing drugs becomes public property too. And deniability or diversion, saying that you're on hormone replacement, when in reality you're a little bit more than that, might be the best way going forward. Because again, a large portion of the people that are observing you on Instagram as a movie star, as a people of public knowledge, might not be so lenient towards you using a little bit of PEDs because they don't understand. And no matter how well you explain it to them, this niche that I'm in, that you're in, again, the general population has no clue of. And deniability might be the best way going forward for you as a person regarding your own safety and you as a brand, marketing, business-wise, financial opportunities. And unfortunately now at this day of the internet, what you said 10 years ago, they might hold it against you today. So all these things you have to think about. And I appreciate all of your comments. Right? I hope whatever I say on this YouTube channel, you will not hold against me in the future I'm sure some of you will. But hey, that comes with the territory. I'm pretty comfortable in my own skin and comfortable regarding my performance-enhancing drug use currently and in the past and all the mistakes that I made, and just turn that into a learning moment for you guys so you don't have to make the same mistakes. And get out of maybe using a little bit less if you're optimizing all these other pathways that come along with using performance-enhancing drugs. Okay, this video is already way too long. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're looking for the most comprehensive guides to bodybuilding pharmacology, vigoroussteve.com/shop. Consultations always available. Follow me on Instagram at vigoroussteve. Front double bicep for the Vigorous crew. You guys are awesome. Much love. See you guys in the next video.